the national budget. And these attaches also draw theirs from their various ministries. Now, when they get to London or US, they come under your mission over there. And then many of times they are not looked after properly in terms of looking for a place to stay and all that, or they don't even have adequate budget like you make provision for all that. So I think in the future going forward, we should look at how we can work together to make sure that the people we sent out there, if they don't belong to your mission and they are coming from elsewhere, they are able to fuse them together to make sure that they have adequate resources to do the very important work that will support you as being the ambassador out there to bring investment and trade and all that home. This you can take as an advice. And that will be my final one. It's to do with, as you mentioned, and His Excellency the President. I'm very glad he had made that he's going to take the African continental trade under, his own leadership. The headquarters of the African continental trade sit here. We have done agreements, various agreements that we've signed around the world, but we don't actually prepare, especially in terms of the
recently traveled to the Gambia and the Republic of Senegal by using his brother's private jet. You become aware of that, correct?
Yes.
You are aware that you have a strong view on. Do you think that although there is no for the President of the Republic to be flying on official duties with his brother's private jet?
I have long advocated for the need for Ghana to have a presidential travel policy. And I've said that even in cabinet is a matter that I will pursue. And so the ideal situation, if we have a presidential travel policy, in some countries they've even, passed them, enacted them into law, where there are clear guidelines and the do's and don'ts. But now, it doesn't exist. And any day, the good people of Ghana will go for a free, brother trip as compared to a 20,000 euros an hour chartered jet where the Ghanaian taxpayer suffers.
So you agree with me that though the state did not pay for the president's travel by use of his brother's private jet, it costs his brother money to fund the trip of his brother to Senegal and the Gambia. You agree with me?
Air travel comes with costs, aviation fuel, landing rides, all kinds of fees you have to pay. So yes, it definitely comes at some cost.
In view of that, it is inappropriate for a brother to bear the cost of the president's travel. You would agree with me that it's inappropriate, given the circumstances.
If you can clarify your question, I don't see why you would say it's inappropriate.
I will clarify. Just
Honorable members, the question is whether it is inappropriate for a brother to sponsor a trip. Honorable members, as for a gift from a brother, you can hardly reject. So to ask the appropriateness or otherwise, I have a difficulty about the question myself.
Mr. Chairman, the nominee wanted me to provide clarity. I will provide the clarity to the question. So the foundation is, in your own words, it is not proper for a president to travel on a $20,000 an hour jet. We need a policy to guide presidential travels. But for the time being, there is no policy. According to you again, the president traveled to the Gambia. That is President John Dramani Mahama, our president, private jets, which travel came at a cost to his brother. You've given a breakdown: aviation fuel, the cost of landing, all those associated costs, salary, allowances of the pilots, the air hostess, all those who are hosted, not only the president, all those officials in the aircraft. His brother bore that cost on the president's behalf. Me, I have a patience to tolerate. You don't. You don't. You can't accommodate me, but I can. Don't you think that the actions of Mr. President in the circumstance as available to us was inappropriate?
I do not think so.
Respected colleague, you have told this committee that you used your car loan to buy a combined harvester for the farmers in your constituency. Yes. You had a car loan in 2013, 2017, and 2020. Please share with us which of them you used in buying the combine harvester. That is it, the 2013 one? Each parliament, an MP is giving a car loan. So I want to know from you, which of them you used to buy a combine harvester for your farmers?
I was making specific reference to the 2021.
In fact, the question was specific reference to 2021.
So, may I know from you that 20 give the name of the automobile company that you intend to buy from. You provide the name to Parliament, and then Parliament will issue the check directly to the automobile company, because the check is not issued in your name. Now, let me ask you, the letter you wrote to Parliament in respect of you drawing this amount for your car loan, how did you draft the letter and what was the content?
This procedure you talk about is a procedure not known to me. I'm aware that there are a good number of MPs, majority on your side actually, who have used their car loans for other matters. You are aware of the reports under former Speaker Okwe, those who use it to pay their children's school fees, children abroad and all of that. And I don't know how they then drafted their letters to automobile companies when...
I would plead with you.
I'll be happy to provide.
No
I have the list.
Okay, that's fine.
I can provide.
That's all right. Then I'll be happy to know. I will be happy for you to provide. But for the time being, let's deal with you. And then if it pleases you that because you are not the only guilty person and that there are other accomplices, that's fine. Because you are saying that people use it to pay their children's school fees. You use yours to pay for buy a harvester. So blah blah blah. So I am dealing with your situation. I don't know of others. So I want to know how you procured the
Minority Leader. I will again plead with you. I have a cause to even make an appearance for some members of parliament before the office of the special prosecutor. So if we can veer from this and make progress of the entire parliament of the Republic of Ghana.
Chairman, with respect, I would be very, very firm and I would not allow any attempt for a scene to be created. I'm very guided. I'll respect you. I know what I am doing. I'll be very respectful. Please allow a process to go on. Honorable nominee answered. I'm not bringing this said that they access that money. Please share with us the process you undertook to access that money.
Let us all trade cautiously. Be brief in your answers.
Honorable,
But Mr. Chairman, I'm seeking your ruling. Am I allowed to submit that later? Because I don't have those letters here.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
To make it available to us
Because
later.
I didn't draft those letters.
That's all right. So, Chairman, you, Honorable nominee, whilst we give you time to furnish us with the letters that you wrote to the Clerk of Parliament, did you, in the letter, state, to the best of your memory, did you state to the clerk?
Again, I'll have to retrieve those documents for you.
Chairman, with your leave, I would stay questions on that to enable our respected colleague to bring documents in respect of how we access his 2013 car loan. Meanwhile, in 2013, you were a Deputy Minister of Education, correct?
Yes, I was.
In your work, you had access to an official saloon car and an official four-wheel drive as a Deputy Education Minister, correct?
Yeah, correct.
At the same time, you had a four-wheel drive purchased for you by Parliament, correct?
But that's a car loan, so I don't know how you are defining that. It is deducted from our salary, so I think that it has to be, the context has to be,
Yes, I would, Honorable nominee, don't worry. I would be fair as much as possible. Car loan, that's why I use the word car loan. So the ordinary meaning of a loan is that
I didn't put in an application to purchase it. That was available as an option, but I didn't avail myself for it. So I left it behind. But under this policy is
emphasis.
So for emphasis, all my official cars were left behind. I didn't apply to buy any of them.
So as at 2017, the only vehicle available to you was your four-wheel drive that Parliament bought for you, which there was deduction, correct?
Honorable Minority Leader, the nominee keep on saying it is a car loan, and you are using the word Parliament bought for you. Let's not create a different impression in public. So let's restrict ourselves to a car loan before the impression is created in public as if Parliament buys the car for us.
Let's come to 2017. Again, you won election and you came to Parliament. 2017, again, the state made available a car loan to you. Did you access that car loan for your second term in Parliament?
Yes, I did.
Did you buy a four-wheel drive with it or some other cars?
I stayed within the quantum available. So because I had the Land Cruiser for the previous term. This time I purchased 2 saloon vehicles, but I stayed within the parameters. I didn't exceed. Yeah, because you know that some people do pickups and all of that. Yeah, so.
Honorable member.
Yeah, for clarity.
Yes, with respect to you, please help me by limiting it to only yourself. Because when you say other people, that's where chairman doesn't want me to go there, so that we don't introduce whistleblowers and other people's rights. So it's you now for the time being. Is that okay?
No, it cannot be okay. It's important to put things in proper context. People must know that there are these options available to all of us. People are taking different decisions. Some are doing a pickup or 2 pickups, or a pickup and a Land Cruiser, or a saloon car, and all of that. So it is important to put things in proper context so that the wrong impression is not created.
And so your car loan,
the automobile company will bring a list or will have a paper, and all those who want to procure the vehicle from that automobile company would indicate their names. So it is not necessarily you writing a letter to that effect. We've all used the procedure. You see, and this is including leadership.
Yeah, so Chairman, if you, I'm willing to follow your direction, Chairman, but I'm happy to provide all of these documents. My RA is a good record keeper.
Honorable nominee, do you know Rukayatu Al-Hassan, a chartered accountant who works with... Honorable member, do you know of Louisa Osei, who works at the Department of Public Invested Lands Management Division at the Lands Commission?
No, I don't think I know them.
You'll be surprised if these individuals say they have a close relationship with you.
I'll be very surprised.
Now let's come to Ora. And you indicated, I'm bringing you there because on your CV, sometimes people may not appreciate why we're asking certain questions. If you come to page 1 of your own CV, you stated profile, Member of Parliament for Norton, 4th term. Then Operation Recover All Loot. So it's on the basis of what you have put on your CV that amount. I know it was publicly announced that the respected Domlevo is a member of your committee. The respected Kofi Boachi is a member. And then Mr. Martin Kwebu, a respected lawyer. Sometimes people may have their own disagreement with him, but he's also playing his role in our democracy, and I respect him for what he's doing for his country. We can't always disagree. We cannot. Tell us, in very clear terms, what the mandate of this aura has been.
Our mandate is exactly what Article 41F of the 1992 Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I'll read Article 41F. Article 41F provides,
Please do.
the exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations. And accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen, F, to protect and preserve public property and expose and combat misuse and waste of public funds and property, unquote. So our mandate is to really be patriotic citizens. And I'm so proud that His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama found me worthy to